The night was cold. Rain tapped softly on broken concrete as steam rose from sewer vents in the dark alley. Jack pulled his jacket tighter around himself. He had just finished his late shift and wanted nothing more than to get home, eat cheap noodles, and sleep. But then he heard it, a soft sound, not footsteps, not a cat. It was a whimper, quiet, weak, almost like someone trying not to cry. Jack stopped walking. He looked around. The alley was empty. But something felt off. Then he saw her, curled behind a rusted trash bin, covered in bruises, her strange glowing eyes staring right at him. Not human. Alien. She was thin. Maybe his age, with pale violet skin and long silver hair that shimmered. In the dim light, her body was shaking, her clothes were torn, and her chest rose and fell with short, panicked breaths. Jack took a step forward. "Hey, you okay?" The girl flinched. "It's okay," he said gently. "I'm not gonna hurt you." She didn't answer, just kept staring like a wounded animal unsure if he was a predator. Jack looked around. This wasn't the kind of place you wanted to stay in. Not at this hour. Not with patrol drones sweeping the skies and thugs crawling the streets. And definitely not if you were a refugee alien. Then he heard it, the sharp click of a gun. Behind him. He turned. 3 men stood at the alley's entrance. All human, all armed. "There you are," one growled. "We told you not to run, freak." Jack stepped in front of the girl without thinking. "Back off," he said. The man raised his gun. "Move." Jack didn't. The gun fired. 1.2 bullets slammed into Jack's chest. He hit the ground hard, breath stolen from his lungs. Everything felt far away, like a dream, like falling underwater. But he saw her face. The alien girl. She was crying now, eyes wide in shock. Then something strange happened. She moved, fast, faster than he thought possible. She grabbed him, her hands glowing, and with a single jump, they were gone. Jack woke to soft light and the sound of humming machines. His chest burned, but he was alive. He blinked. He wasn't in the alley anymore. He was in some kind of room, smooth, round walls that glowed faintly blue. Machines floated in the air. And the girl, the alien girl, sat nearby watching him. "You're awake," she said softly. Jack coughed. "What? Where am I?" "You were dying," she said. "I didn't know what else to do." He sat up slowly, groaning. "You saved me. I tried." She looked down. "I gave you something." "My people, we have medicine. It's not made for humans." "I didn't know if it would work." Jack looked at his chest. The wounds were gone. Scarred, but closed. "You shouldn't have done that," he muttered. "You shouldn't have jumped in front of the bullets." She shot back. They stared at each other. Silence. Then a soft alarm beeped, a flashing red light. She stood. "They found us." Jack struggled to his feet. "Who?" "Everyone." Jack couldn't breathe. Not because of the pain. That was mostly gone. Not because of fear. He'd already been shot 3 times last night. But because of what he was seeing. He stood at the edge of a vast underground city. That wasn't on any human map. Metal trees pulsed with soft white light. Buildings floated mid-air. Water ran upward, defying gravity. And above it all, a giant dome shimmered with a fake sky, stars swirling in slow motion like a painting coming alive. Jack whispered, "Where the hell are we?" The alien girl stood beside him, her violet skin glowing under the blue light. "This is the deep refuge, built by my ancestors, hidden beneath your human cities for hundreds of years." "No one knows this exists," Jack said. "No. Human does," she replied. "And if they find you here, they'll kill you." Jack gave a dry chuckle. "You're welcome, by the way, for taking 3 bullets." She turned to him. "And I gave you my people's medicine without permission. If they find me with you, they'll kill me too." They locked eyes, That strange tension again, like they understood each other, even if their worlds didn't. Inside the alien shelter, Jack's body ached in ways he couldn't explain. His skin was warm, his heartbeat felt stronger. She noticed, "You're changing." "What do you mean?" "My blood was in the serum I gave you. It's mixing with yours. Your body is rejecting it and accepting it." "That sounds bad." "It's not bad," she said slowly. "But it's not human." Jack sat down on a soft glowing chair. "So, I'm a freak now?" "No." She whispered, "You're alive because of me. Just like I'm alive because of you." A moment passed. Then another. The tension wasn't going away. The ground shook. Jack jumped to his feet. "What was that?" She didn't answer. Her face turned pale. Her eyes flicked to a nearby screen. Two dots. Red. One was moving closer. "I covered our trail. We moved through heat vents. We disabled the scanners." She was talking fast, too fast. "But someone still found us." "Who?" "My brother," she said coldly. "He's the one who sold me out." Jack blinked. "Family?" "Yes, I ran when I found out the truth. They were using me. My blood, my body, for military breeding." Jack clenched his fists. "What are we doing standing here? I have to face him, alone? Are you crazy?" "I can't ask you to help." "You didn't ask me to take bullets either," Jack said. She looked at him again, same way she did when he fell in the alley, like he was something unexpected, something dangerous, something loyal. They moved fast through glowing corridors. The city shifted as they passed, doors closed behind them, lights dimmed to hide their path. "He's close," she said, looking at a scanner. "He'll be here in minutes." Jack picked up a long metal rod. "You said this city is old. Got any weapons that still work?" She raised a hand. A wall slid open. Inside, a case of alien weapons, long, sleek, humming with soft energy. Jack whistled. "Now we're talking." She handed him a thin blaster. "This one won't kill him, but it'll hurt." Jack grinned. "Good." As footsteps echoed down the hall, Jack turned to her. "One question before this goes sideways." She nodded. "What's your name?" "Kira." He nodded. "Jack." She smiled for the first time. "Stay behind me," he said. But she didn't single quotes. She stepped beside him. "They took everything from me," she said. "But they won't take you." Kira didn't scream when the blast hit. She didn't need to. The explosion slammed into the wall near her head, a warning shot. Her brother didn't miss by accident. Jack grabbed her wrist and pulled her behind cover. His jacket caught fire at the edge. He slapped it out without looking. More blasts, close, too close. They weren't just being chased, they were being hunted. "Why the hell is your brother trying to kill you?" Jack shouted over the gunfire. Kira ducked behind a curved metal beam. "Because I exist. That's reason enough for him." "That's not an answer." She looked down, chest rising fast. "He thinks I ruined our bloodline. That I'm a failed experiment." Jack blinked. "Experiment?" She looked away. More shots rang out. They were pinned. Jack gritted his teeth and peeked around the corner. One attacker, tall, armored, masked, holding a plasma launcher the size of Jack's torso. But Jack wasn't afraid. He was pissed. Without warning, Jack ran. Kira gasped, "No!" But Jack was already moving. His legs felt like engines. Every step exploded under him. His vision sharpened. His muscles surged. The alien serum in his blood was doing more than healing him now. He wasn't just recovering. He was evolving. He jumped high, too high for a human, and landed behind the attacker. He swung the alien blaster hard, knocking the gun out of the masked man's hand. The attacker turned. Jack stopped cold. It wasn't her brother. It was someone else. Another soldier. Another bounty hunter. Then Kira's voice rang out behind him. "Run!" They sprinted deeper into the Undercity. twisting through tunnels of glowing crystal and ancient tech. This wasn't just a shelter anymore, it was a graveyard, rusting alien machines, empty medical pods, long-forgotten doors with strange warning symbols. Jack touched a control panel. It lit up under his fingers. As if the city knew him now. Kira noticed too. "The serum," she whispered. "It's syncing you with our systems." "Is that good?" "I don't know." They stopped at a broken chamber door. Kira keyed in an override. The door hissed open slowly, revealing a dark room with cracked walls and floating lights stuck mid-glow. "This was my mother's lab," she said. "She was a scientist?" Kira nodded. "A rebel. She believed humans and our kind could share DNA, live together, build a future. She died for that belief." Jack was silent for a moment. "She sounds like someone worth fighting for." "She was," Kira said then. Looked at him. "So are you." Suddenly, a whisper echoed through the room. Not a voice. A message. Flickering in the air. A hologram of a woman, older, tired, but beautiful. Kira froze. Her hands shook. "Mother," the message played. It warned of betrayal from within, of blood experiments, of a secret Kira carried without knowing it. Jack listened quietly. Then the message ended with a soft line. "If you're hearing this, they're coming for you." A moment passed. Then a loud clang echoed from the hallway behind them. Jack raised his weapon. Kira stepped closer to him. "They're here," she whispered. Jack narrowed his eyes. "Then let's make them wish they weren't." Kira collapsed mid-step. One moment she was walking beside Jack, blaster in hand, eyes sharp. The next, her knees buckled. She hit the floor hard. No scream, just silence. Jack dropped beside her, heart racing. "Kira?" Her skin was cold, too. Cold. Jack touched her face. Her breath was shallow. Eyes barely open. That same blue glow from her veins fading. "No, no, no." He muttered. "You saved me. I'm not letting you die now." The med injector on her belt was empty. Burned out. No backup. Jack stood fast, scanning the room. Old equipment. Broken tech. But one thing stood out. A cryo-healing pod half buried under a pile of rubble. He ran to it, pulled the metal aside with shaking hands. Strength kicking in where fear used to be. The screen flickered to life. Alien symbols. He couldn't read them, but his hand moved on its own. The system recognized him. His blood. Her serum. It opened. Jack carried her gently, lowering her into the pod. She was barely conscious now. "Don't go," he whispered. "Stay with me. Just stay." She looked at him, eyes unfocused. "My body. Not built for long exposure on your world. I was dying before I met you." The pod hissed shut. She disappeared in soft mist. He sat beside the pod. Alone in the broken lab. Guilt burned hotter than the blaster he held. He thought back, to the alley, to the bullets, to her saving his life without hesitation. Now it was his turn, but time wasn't on his side. The scanner nearby blinked. Enemies moving. 4 dots. Closing. Fast. Jack looked down at the weapon in his lap. Not enough. He needed help. And he knew only one person crazy enough to give it. Cut to topside. Slumbar Zone 9. A man leaned against the counter, flipping a knife through his fingers. Reese. Former soldier. Exiled. Hated aliens. Loved money. Jack pushed through the bar door, limping, shirt bloody. "Hey," Jack said. "I need your help." Reese didn't even look up. "Last time I helped you, I ended up shot at and broke." "This time's different," Jack said. "Oh yeah?" Reese raised an eyebrow. "How?" Jack dropped a small vial on the counter. Alien serum. Still glowing. Reese stared at it. Then smiled. Back at the lab. Jack returned with Reese armed to the teeth. But it was too late. The front chamber was already breached. The air smelled of smoke and ozone. Footsteps echoed beyond the door. Jack raised his blaster. Then he heard her voice in his ear from inside the pod. A whisper through the comm system. "Don't let them take me. I'd rather die here." Jack's voice cracked. "Not gonna happen." As the door burst open and shadows poured in, Jack and Reese stood side by side. One human, enhanced by alien blood. The other fueled by greed and violence. They didn't wait. They attacked. The floor was covered in smoke and blood. Jack's hands shook. Not from fear. From rage. One of the alien attackers lay motionless, armor cracked open, body leaking strange green fluid. Reese had vanished into the side tunnels, chasing the last soldier. But Jack didn't care about the fight anymore. He only cared about the pod. It had gone dark. No light. No sound. No hum. Just silence. "Kira?" Jack whispered. No answer. He slammed his fist against the pod. "Kira!" Still nothing. Suddenly, a small pulse, weak, flickering, blinked on the pod side panel. A heartbeat. Faint but there. Jack collapsed to his knees, gasping, "You're still here." But he knew she wouldn't last long in there. She needed real care. Real equipment. Not broken tech in a forgotten lab under a war zone. And she couldn't leave without help. So Jack made a decision, a stupid one, a brave one, a human one. He called in a favor, not from a friend, from a smuggler. A woman named Raylene, part alien, part hacker, full trouble. She owed Jack a life debt from years ago. And she hated the people hunting Kira. "Jack, you better not be calling me for something illegal." Her voice crackled over the comms. "I need to move a half-dead alien girl across the city, past guards, through scanners, and onto a ship." Silence. Then, "Where do I pick you up?" 1 hour later, Jack carried Kira through a sewage tunnel, her body wrapped in heat-blocking cloth. Her skin was colder now. Her breaths were shallow. "I don't think she's gonna make it," Rylan said, frowning as they loaded into the transport. "She has to," Jack said. "She saved me." Rylan looked at him. "You in love with her?" Jack didn't answer. He didn't need to. The ship lifted off. Quiet, smooth, illegal. They flew low through the smog and neon glow of the city, avoiding patrol drones. Kira stirred once, opened her eyes for half a second. Saw Jack. She tried to speak, failed. Her fingers reached for his, weak, trembling. He held her hand and whispered, "I'm right here. Not going anywhere." Her fingers squeezed his. Then went limp. The med center was hidden inside an old cargo bay, run by outlaws and ex-doctors who didn't ask questions. They took Kira in without a word. Jack waited outside. Minutes felt like hours. He paced, sat, stood again. His blood still burned from the serum. His body was healing faster, but his heart felt like it was falling apart. Then a voice called out from behind the curtain, "She's stable." Jack stepped inside. Kira lay on a cot, wires connected to her arms. Her breathing was steady. Her color was returning. She looked at him. Really looked. "You came back," she whispered. "I never left." He said. She reached for his hand again and didn't let go. The bounty went live at midnight. Jack's face, Kira's face, and a reward high enough to make even their allies turned out. Every screen in the lower districts lit up with their names. Wanted, alive, high priority, dangerous. But the most dangerous thing? They were still together, and they weren't running anymore. Inside a safe house built under an old train station, Jack stood in front of a flickering map. Red dots swarmed across the city. Patrols, drones, bounty hunters. Kira sat nearby, still, healing, but her voice was stronger now. Her skin glowed brighter. The doctors had done their job. Now it was time to do theirs. "We can't hide forever," she said. "We won't," Jack replied. "We make a move. Hit them before they hit." "US," Kira raised an eyebrow. "That's not very human." Jack smiled. "I'm not just human anymore." They had one weapon the others didn't. Kira's mother's data crystal. filled with secrets the alien government wanted buried. Not files, not blueprints, but proof. Experiments on hybrids. Forced breeding, war plans. Even evidence of human collaboration. If Jack and Kira got this data off-world, everything could change. But first, they had to survive the night. Rylan patched into the city's surveillance. You've got 6 heat signatures heading to your location. 8 of 4 minutes. Heavy firepower, not amateurs. Jack loaded a stolen alien blaster. Time to even the odds. Kira stood, still wobbly. You're not going without me. You can barely walk. I don't care. She grabbed a rifle. He didn't stop her. The attack came fast. Explosions rocked the tunnel. Entrance. Smoke. Screams. Shadows moving through the dust. Jack took 2 down before they saw him. Kira hit the 3rd with a perfect shot to the chest. Her arms shaking, but her aim true. But they just kept coming. Drones hovered in. Voice crackled over the comms. Cold. Familiar. Kira, surrender. You'll live, the human won't. Her brother. Kira stared at the speaker in her hand, her face blank. I used to look up to him, she whispered. Jack didn't reply. She turned to him. I'm not afraid anymore. He nodded. Then let's finish this. They lured the soldiers deeper into the tunnels, into an old sector powered by unstable alien tech. Jack tossed a charge. The whole system hummed. Won't this kill us too? Kira asked. Only if we're still here. He sighed. They sprinted through collapsing halls. Behind them, the tunnel lit up with a violent blast. Blue fire swallowing everything. The screams didn't last long. When the smoke cleared, Jack and Kira stood outside, coughing but alive. Sirens wailed in the distance. Rylan's voice came through. You made too much noise. The whole city's watching now. Jack looked at Kira. We finish this, now. The last ship off-world was leaving in 15 minutes. Jack's hands were still bloody. Not from his wounds, they'd already sealed. But from what he had to do to get here. The guards at the spaceport hadn't been kind. He hadn't been either. Now. As the storm raged outside and the station lights flickered from power surges, Jack looked down at Kira, her arm around his shoulders, limping. But standing. They had made it. Almost. Kira looked up at the massive ship, one of the only crafts powerful enough to break through the new no-fly zone. Are you sure? She asked. Jack didn't answer right away. All around them, alarms blared. Sirens wailed. Loudspeakers shouted orders in 3 languages. Human troops and alien enforcers were working together now, hunting 2 fugitives who weren't supposed to matter. But they mattered now, because they survived, because they fought. And because they had the truth. We upload the crystal to their nav system, Jack said. Every colony, every relay will get the data. They'll come after us harder, Kira said. We'll be hunted in every system. I can live with that, Jack replied. As long as I'm not running alone, she smiled. You won't. They boarded the ship. Passengers stared. Some pointed. No one moved to stop them. The pilot glanced at Kira. Recognition flashed in her eyes. You're her, the woman whispered. The hybrid, the one they lied about. Jack dropped the crystal on her console. Send it. The pilot hesitated. Now. She nodded. Data streamed. The reaction was instant. Across the stars, truth moved faster than lies. Screens glitched. Propaganda collapsed. Soldiers paused. Some dropped their weapons. Some turned on their leaders. Message went viral. A voice Kira had recorded before boarding. They told you we were dangerous. That we were broken. But the real danger is the silence they forced. On us no more. But they didn't get a happy ending yet. A fleet locked onto their ship within seconds. Jack looked out the window. Rows of destroyers. Ready to fire. We're not gonna make it, Kira said quietly. Yes, we are. How? Because they won't risk it, Jack smirked. Not now. The whole galaxy's watching. A pause, a silence that stretched time. Then, the ships pulled back. The destroyers retreated. No shots fired. Kira exhaled, a shaky, disbelieving breath. "We did it," she whispered. "No," Jack said. "You did." Later, as the stars blinked outside their cabin window, Kira rested her head on Jack's chest. "You should have walked away that night," she said. "I never walk away from someone who needs me. What if I never stop needing you?" Jack smiled, pulled her closer. "Then I guess I'll never leave."